Hi, Christina Brown here with the Brown team at RE/MAX. Something we get asked a lot are what home improvements should you make that will pay off if you decide to sell. So I came up with a little list of things that I see people get a return on. The number one thing you can never go wrong with is improving your curb appeal. So first of all, people are going to drive by the property when they know it's coming on the market. It's also going to show up in the pictures. So you want to do things like trim the bushes, trim the trees, mow the lawn, pull your weeds. If your front door is looking kind of weathered, paint it, replace it if it's really bad, but give that front door a fresh coat of paint. And if the outside looks rough, you might have to paint that as well. Just make sure you're careful on what colors you choose, because you do want it to appeal to the masses when you're selling. And you also want to look for wood rot and go around and replace that. So curb appeal would be my number one thing to spend money on. That's not really a major renovation, but that is something that's important. The second thing is invest in the upkeep of your home. So if your roof is leaking or there's water spots, make sure you repair those, fix those, patch them, paint them, because every buyer is going to look up and they're going to see that spot and they're going to ask every time, uh-oh, is this leaking? So that could scare people away. Things like mold, things like the plumbing, the electrical, if those things need service, get those things all in working order. You know it's going to come up on inspections anyway. The other thing I say, and this is more of time spent, not really money, but decluttering and packing away those things you don't need. So remember, you're moving anyway, so why not pre-pack all the things that you're not using, anything that could be in the way, anything that makes the house look overly crowded, full, and like you're running out of room. You do not want to give off that feeling to a buyer walking through. The other thing is consider also painting the interior. Again though, if you paint the interior, you want to pick the right color, you want to pick something that's neutral, again something that appeals to the masses, but you also want to do a good quality job, because if you get it all over the trim and all over the doors and all over the ceiling and the floors, a buyer is going to wish you hadn't painted at all, and it's going to actually cost more money to redo it. So only paint if you can either hire a professional or you can do it and take your time and do a really good job and pick those right colors. That's super, super important. And the next improvement would be improving the kitchen or the master bath bedroom areas. So we all hear all the time, kitchens and baths sell a home. Yes, they do. But it's not always feasible or reasonable to gut those, and I would never suggest, unless of course it was completely necessary, that you gut all of that. But you can make some improvements to spruce those areas up, even if it's painting, replacing countertops, replacing hardware, faucets, knobs, things like that. Do those things, freshen it up if you can. Maybe look at the carpet, see what kind of condition those in, but you can never go wrong improving those areas. And then the other thing is, if you have a one bathroom house, those are so hard to sell and they can sit on the market for a while. So I say adding another bathroom is always a good thing, especially if you only have one bathroom or 1.5 and there's a way to do it. And especially, of course, if you can do it yourself or you can do it very reasonably and get that done, you will definitely reap rewards from that. And then the other thing that I always say is, you know, there's improvements that can help you, but some of these you may only want to do if you're going to be in the home for a while, and that's kind of what my last one is. Windows and HVAC, you may consider updating those for something more efficient. Those are also good paybacks. The biggest thing is, no matter what you decide on doing, always double check and do some research and make sure you know your market, that you know what's happening in your neighborhood, because you do not want to overspend and over improve. So create a budget, stick to your budget, and you will do great if you do these projects. If you have any questions, of course, anytime you can reach out. You all have a great day.